All right, today we're going to go beyond just the basic grammar rules. We're going to talk about how one simple tense can unlock a much more professional, much more nuanced way of speaking English. It's one of those little details that, trust me, makes a huge difference in how you come across at work. So let's just jump right in with a question. I work for TSMC, or I am working for TSMC. Now, both of these are totally correct grammatically, but one of them suggests a long-term career while the other feels, well, a little more temporary. Knowing that difference, that's the key to a whole new level of fluency. And that's really what we're getting at here. It's one thing for your English to be correct. It's another thing for it to sound truly professional. A lot of us get the grammar right, but we miss those subtle shades of meaning that native speakers use all the time. Today, we're going to close that gap. And you know what? It all boils down to one simple, powerful idea. Just one rule to remember that's behind everything we're about to cover. And that is the difference between things that feel temporary and things that feel permanent. Take a look at this classic example. If you say, I live in Taipei, it just sounds like a fact, right? It's your permanent home. But if you say, I am living in Taipei, that suddenly gives the feeling that this might not be forever. Maybe you're there for a 6-month project or you're just trying it out. See that little shift? That's the core idea right there. This visual explains it perfectly. Think of the simple present, the I live, as just a single dot on a timeline. It's a solid fact. But the present continuous, the I am living, is more like a line that stretches through time. It's a process that's happening right now, which means it's probably temporary. Okay, so how do we actually use this in a professional setting? Let's get to our first big upgrade. I call this the trend tool. And it is absolutely essential if you ever give status updates or talk about data. So the thing is, in business, almost nothing is static, right? Things are always in motion. The market is changing, sales are growing, maybe costs are falling. The present continuous is the perfect tool to describe these dynamic situations, things that are in the middle of a change. And this comparison just makes it so clear. If you say, the economy improves, you sound like you're reading a general rule from an economics textbook. But if you say, the economy is improving, that sounds like a real update you'd give in a meeting right now. It's current, it's active, it's what's happening. All right, on to upgrade number 2, the emotion tool. Now this one's really cool because it shows how a tiny grammar change can completely shift the emotional tone of what you're saying. Okay, so this is where we get to kind of break the rules on purpose. Normally, you'd use a word like always with the simple present. But when you pair it with the present continuous, you're sending a secret message. You're signaling that something happens way too often, and honestly, it's starting to annoy you. You can just feel the difference, can't you? He asks for help is just a neutral fact, but he is always asking for help. You can hear the frustration in there. It's not just a statement anymore, it's a complaint. And that's a really powerful way to express how you feel without having to say, I'm annoyed. Okay, our final upgrade is the planning tool, and this is all about how you talk about the future. Using this is going to make you sound so much more organized, so much more prepared when you discuss your schedule. Here's the deal. When you use the present continuous to talk about something in the future, you're not just guessing or hoping. You're saying this thing is a done deal. The plan is fixed, the tickets are booked, it is locked into your calendar. And this comparison is just night and day. I will meet the client sounds like you just decided to do it that second. It's a spontaneous promise. But I am meeting the client, that sounds like the appointment was made last week. It's a set plan. It just sounds way more professional, way more on top of things. All right, so you've seen the 3 tools. Now it's your turn. Let's do a quick nuance check to put these new skills to the test. Let's see if you can spot the hidden meanings. Okay, first one. She writes email updates versus she is always writing email updates. What's going on in that second sentence? Think about that emotion tool. Yep, you got it. The first one is just a simple description of her job. No big deal. But that second one, that is 100% a complaint. You can just feel the eye roll. It means she sends way, way too many emails. And what about this pair? This one is a little more subtle. We launched the new app in May versus we are launching the new app in May. What's the difference in the vibe here? So here's the key. The first one, we launch, sounds like a fixed date on a calendar. It's a static fact. But the second one, we are launching, feels so much more dynamic. It brings to mind all the active work, all the preparation, all the hustle the team is doing right now to get ready for that launch. So let's pull this all together. By really mastering the nuances of the present continuous, you've given yourself a massive professional upgrade. You can now describe trends as they're happening, you can express your emotions subtly, you can confirm your future plans with confidence, and overall, you're just going to sound more natural and authoritative. It really makes you think, doesn't it? There's so much meaning packed into these simple grammar rules we learn. And it kind of leaves you with a final question to chew on. What other basic rules are out there, secretly shaping your professional image every single day?